Hello again, everyone. This is the Econ Guy, and I kind of just wanted to continue in this second video with a introduction to economics, but I also really wanted to go into the factors of production. So let's jump straight into that. So before we go any further, I kind of just wanted to address what is microeconomics versus macroeconomics. If you've ever really learned about economics, you might hear these terms a lot. So I kind of just wanted to tell you all what they were. So microeconomics, as the name suggests, is economics on a smaller scale. So maybe the economics on an individual scale or economics for a company. If a company sells this product, what is the demand for this product? What is the supply of this product that the company can provide? And how much revenue is it estimated that the company can make off of that product? Those kind of things, where it's smaller scale, like individual, or some up to companies, or sometimes maybe even cities or larger organizations, things like that. All of that would fall under microeconomics. Macroeconomics is economics on a larger scale. Again, micro means small and macro means big. So if you need help remembering it, there's that. So microeconomics is talking about economics on a smaller scale, like with individuals and organizations. Macroeconomics is economics on a larger scale. So it's talking about the economics of countries, nations, and international trade, all of those different things. How do those affect the national economy and the global economy? So that's kind of the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. And again, if you need to remember it, microeconomics, micro means small, so that is economics on a small scale. Macro means big, so macroeconomics is economics on a larger scale. So now let's get into these 4 factors of production that I was mentioning before. So economics is really about the production of goods and services. How many goods and services and what types can be outputted, what can be produced. That's what economics is really about. So to produce something, you need labor, land, capital, and technology. These are the 4 things, the 4 factors that you need to produce basically anything. So say that I am a manufacturer or a company who produces cars. So to produce those cars, first things first, I need land. And land can kind of be thought of as, first of all, I need land for the automobile factory, right? Like I need land to build my factory on. And so I need that to produce cars. But I also need the resources to produce cars. So metal and all of the different car parts, the engine, the oil, and all of those different things go into making a car, right? So all of those come from the land. They come from the earth. They are minerals, right? So they also fall under this factor of production. So land, the land factor of production is the land that you need to build the factory on, or that you need to work on and work on top of, and also the resources that you need to make whatever it is you're making. Labor is the actual work that you need to do to produce a car. So traditionally in automobile factories, laborers worked to produce the car. They put all of the different parts of the car together, and that's how they produced a car. Now machines are doing labor a little bit more, but the main thing is that to produce anything, whether it's a car or a hammer or clothes, you need labor on some part most of the time. You need work to be done on the resources that you get from the land factor of production for it to actually be turned into something. So that's the labor factor of production. Third, you need capital. Capital can be thought of as the machines or the technology. And when I say technology, it's different from the 4th factor of production. We'll get to that. But you can think of it as the machines or the technology or the tools that you need to produce something. So to produce cars in our car factory, you need maybe a conveyor belt to move the parts. Maybe you need some sort of a hammer to put certain materials together into an engine or other things like that. So those are all capital, all of the machines that you use, things like that. So here we can see a picture of a conveyor belt, so that would be capital. Also capital would be the factory building itself, right? Because that is something that you need, that the factory building is equipped with all of these different machines and tools that you need to produce this car. So that also counts as capital. So capital can kind of be thought of as the tools needed to produce something. And finally, we have this last factor of production, technology, or sometimes it can also be called entrepreneurship, technology and entrepreneurship. So what this is kind of, you need to make a car, right? If you just get the resources and get something to do work, and you have all of the capital, the technology to do that work, you can't just throw it together randomly and make a car, right? There's a certain way that you have to do things to make a car. You can't try to pound two engines together and make a car. That's not how cars work. So you need the actual know-how of how do I make a car? How do I put these different parts together? And all of those different things. So that would fall under the technology factor of production, not like machines. When we talk about technology as a factor of production, technology or entrepreneurship, we are talking about the know-how of how to produce, again, like I was saying, an automobile, a car, or a hammer, or literally anything. So those four factors of production, when they come together, they allow you to make products. And this can also be applied to services as well. It's not the exact same thing. There are a little bit of variation. Sometimes, obviously, sometimes for some things you might need more labor than you will land, and all of those different things. But basically, in almost every situation, you need these four things to produce something. So with that, I'd like to kind of wrap up this video. So we learned about the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics, which is very important to remember, and also the four factors of production. And since economics is really concerned with the production of goods and the output of goods and services, it's important to know these factors. Okay then, see you next time.